I will say I'll be really sad if my dogs don't do WrestleMania behind me, because
I'm going to be really sad if they don't do that either.
they're actually behaving themselves right now. And I'm like, guys.
Just toss a bone over your shoulder and see what happens. Just one. Let them fight for it.
Just scream at Griffey. He'll be like, what? And then he'll pee himself, and I'll like fucking pee himself. Like, sorry.
I warned my husband, I'm like, you might hear what sounds like screaming upstairs. That's just me and Abby. Because sometimes when I'm talking to people, he's like, were you upset? And I'm like, no, I just start yelling at the camera because I forget that they can hear me.
Sometimes you just have to like emote, and your Sagittarius moon just takes over, and I don't know what else is supposed to happen. Okay, I'll let you intro now before we just start like.
Hello friends, and welcome back to 20 Questions With. For those of you who are new here, this is my fun way of introducing you to other costumers and costubers by asking them 20 silly questions. Today we are talking to Abby Cox. Welcome back to my channel, Abby.
I know. I'm already giggling.
Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your channel?
Sure. So I'm Abby. I've been doing YouTube since March of 2020. I am actually like academically trained dress historian. I've worked in museums and stuff like that. For most of my career, I used to work at American Duchess. That's probably where a lot of you all actually know me from. But now I do YouTube full time, which is the adventure, to end all adventures. And I live in Nevada,
where they're currently counting.
It's November 6th. Now, with my husband and my two dogs that I think are actually more famous than me. So
they're so
most
cute.
Of my subscribers are there for the dogs footage anyways. So that's me. I don't know. I get like, I'm like, ugh.
I have to be honest that like I watch Bernadette almost entirely for Cesario.
Like, give us that sweet piggy footage.
Yeah, come on now. Can you give him a carrot? Just give him a carrot. Come on.
Yeah. If I don't hear a ring in the background, I'm like, yeah, me.
Yeah. All right. Are you ready to play 20 questions?
Yes. So hopefully I don't embarrass myself or my mother.
I hope you do. All right. What is the weirdest thing you've ever had to do on a job?
Let me hold on. Let me pick one. Did I get dressed or did I take my clothes off? Oh no. Oh, it usually involves me not being in very few clothes in front of people talking about my underpants.
Yeah.
No, I think actually like vlogging my menstruation cycle for YouTube while wearing an 18th century apron between my legs is probably the weirdest thing I've ever done for money.
I'll put a link to that down below. It's the worth of you.
So I can't blame anyone for that.
No, that was your idea.
That was all me.
This is the one I think is the best for you.
Okay.
If you were arrested with no explanation, what would your friends and family assume you had done? I would believe almost anything. Like literally almost anything. Like if someone came and like she was in clown makeup and she was robbing a store, and I'd be like, okay, I'll get bail.
Let's see. I think it depends on how long you've known me and like through what phases of life you have known me. Because I think my old friends who I grew up with would be like,
bar fight.
Yeah, like she got in a bar fight, didn't she?
Yeah.
I think people who know me now would be like, did she like steal a puppy from like a pet store? And be like,
just liberated them all.
Yeah, be free, my fur babies, come live with me. But yeah, I think my like old friends and the few who know some of my stories would be like, she got in a bar fight.
Absolutely. Someone's missing
with a dude who's like 2 times her size.
Yeah, for sure. If you could choose your dreams, what would you prefer to dream about?
Magical adventures.
Ooh.
That involve flying on like magical creatures and fairies and stuff. Escapism.
That's a solid one. Yeah.
Wow.
That's a solid one. You know,
I want to be able to do magic.
They have urban fantasy novels for this, right?
Yeah, I know. That's why I like young adult fantasy fiction a lot.
Okay, me too.
I'm like, yes, magic. No.
Pretty much if you put magic in your title, I might read your book.
Yeah, basically. It's like, are there dragons?
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. What works of art have really made an impression on you?
Van Gogh. Whatever you want to say. I was actually an art history major in college. And so I took a lot of art history classes. And my favorite class was Art Theory 4, which was about post-impressionism. And so we started basically actually in the 1830s talking about like Delacroix and Baudelaire and like color theory and like painterly application and stuff like that. And then we went up through like Van Gogh, Gauguin, like, and all of them. And we spent a lot of time talking about Van Gogh. I also hate Gauguin, by the way. Like, he's a dick. He's the worst. Just, by the way, he is the worst. But we spent a lot of time talking about Van Gogh and like his color theory and like reading his letters to his brother Theo and just how he approached his art. And so after that, like one of the first times I was able to really get close to a Van Gogh painting, after like a couple years, I just stood there and rock solid. Like I didn't move, I didn't twitch, I didn't flinch, and I was just sitting there like looking at his art, and I was just crying because I'd spent so much time learning about him that like he is so special to me as like a person and like his story, that seeing his art, like I can think about it, I still get like emotional because his work is just so beautiful. Yeah. Oh my God, like, oh, you can tell it's been election week. Whoa, emotions are strong. Oh, talk about Van Gogh makes me cry. But
man, that Doctor Who episode with Van Gogh in it, every time I cry. Every time.
I can't watch it.
Every time I go to the National Gallery in England, they have a like slew of Van Goghs, and they have a few of the, like, they have sunflowers and they have his self-portrait and stuff like that. Yeah. He is also my favorite, by far. And I'm in it for like the crazy deep textures of his paint, like just the paint. And also he was like the first artist that I ever looked at that I was like, oh wait, I can draw, because I can make trees that look like his trees by doing swirls like that. You know, like I learned how to draw by looking at his stuff, and that moved me in such a way because I didn't think I could do that. So I love him too. I just think he's amazing. And every time I go there, I just like stand there and stare at them. And then there's always like people in a line behind you wanting to stand there. And yeah, and I'm like, I'll just get back in line.
That was the nice thing about the Met, at least, is that in the Met, all of his stuff, people are just kind of like, whatever, meh, it's the Met. Like, we don't care. So they kind of leave you alone. But,
yeah.
Like, have you been to the Musée d'Orsay?
No.
That museum made me so frustrated.
Oh.
Because it's great. It's beautiful. It's fantastic because it's like impressionism and post-impressionism art. So I was like in I was in my zone. But everyone would go, and like all of these tourists would go in, and then they would just like mass around like a famous painting and then bust in front of you, grab a photo, and then like leave. And you're like,
no.
Like, what are you doing? Stand here, look, enjoy, feel the feelings.
I did a video tour through the National Gallery, not a tour, but like I filmed some of the stuff I was looking at in the National Gallery when the last time I was in London. And what people don't know is I stood there looking at every painting for like 20 minutes, got back in line, and then came back and filmed it because I wanted other people to experience it, but also like, nah, that's my time.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. I want to travel again.
Yeah.
To foreign museums.
Yeah. What, in your opinion, is the most amazing animal?
Ooh. This is a hard one. Because I could go like with the safe doggo route. Sure. Because they are amazing.
They are.
But obviously I'm very fond of the emu.
Obviously you're fond of the emu.
And they are pretty amazing as well.
Yes.
And then there's also the mantis shrimp.
Yeah.
I don't know. This one's hard.
There's also like narwhals are actually real.
Oh yeah, I was like, I know there's another like almost mythical creature that's not mythical, and it's the narwhal. And like stingrays are cool too.
Yeah.
Like I like animals just kind of in general.
Yeah, me too.
I think for this one, I think I'll have to go with the emu just because I was talking about the Great Emu War of 1932 on my Instagram stories the other day, and so like the emu was like,
yeah, all right,
up. Like so I think the emu.
Emus and like ostriches are like super weird. Morgan said giraffes, and I was because of the crazy neck, and I'm like, hold up, we got more.
Long necks. Have we got long necks for you? Do you want feathered long necks? Yeah. So I think the emu.
All right. Is your mom in the house?
No.
Oh, yeah. Okay, good. What weird quirks did you pick up from your parents?
So I actually sound a lot like my mom, and my husband, because my mom, as you know, and for those of you who don't know, like my mom kind of lives with us part-time. So she was here for like 3 months, and like she just left to go back to Indiana like a couple weeks ago, or like a week ago. And mom and I were talking about something, and my husband was like, "You guys are like."
This is your future, sir.
Basically, well, and he did. He was like, and he said like, he's like, "I love you both because you guys are both so sarcastic." And I was like, "Well, I'm glad you like my mother because guess what? I'm gonna be just like." So I guess just like I actually am just a lot like my mother.
But what weird quirks did she have that you got?
Well, see, that's hard because I'm like, well, what's a weird quirk? Like, do I have weird? I mean, I know I have weird quirks, but does my mother?
So, for example, like whenever my dad's stressed, he makes this noise, and I realize that I make it, and I can only make it if I'm actually stressed. But it's something like, and I do it, but I'm not laughing. Like I'm very much making that noise, and I realize like, ah.
I don't know. I'm sure I do, but I genuinely don't know. Like, I'm sure I do, but I don't. I'm going to need someone to tell me what I do. I genuinely don't know.
All right, go find out and then come back and tell me.
Yeah, I'll do like a little like, hey, just ask my mom, like, or I'll ask my husband.
Yeah, he'll know.
I'll ask him, and he can tell me what weird thing that my mom and I both do.
Okay.
I think dancing by ourselves, like to ourselves, is definitely something, but I also don't think that's that quirky. Yeah, so
it's totally normal.
Yeah.
What would you do if you knew you could not fail?
I mean, I'm doing it, I guess. Like, I've never operated with the idea that I would fail in anything.
Oh.
Like, yeah, like my mom likes to tell stories about me when I was a kid, and I decided to try out for like cheerleading in 5th grade or like tennis or something. And I think the story is tennis. And I was like, Mom, I'm going to try for the tennis team. And she was like, you don't know how to play tennis? And I guess I looked at her and went, that's what the coach is for. So I've always kind of been very, very like unafraid in that way, weirdly. So
I operate under the theory that failure is always an option, and that's perfectly okay. But yeah. I'm usually pretty okay at almost everything, so I rely on that a lot. I'm like, I'm pretty okay at everything.
Yeah, and it's like if it doesn't go the way you think, you're like, oh well.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Keep going. So yeah, because I don't want to be president of the United States because that's like # too much work.
Yeah,
like
although I guess if I couldn't fail, then I might do something that has to do with the president of the United States that I'm not allowed to say on camera. Just saying. Okay,
that's true, but I was thinking more like life accomplishments, not
no, this is what would you do if you could not fail? I would be like, if I knew I couldn't fail, I would try to like swim the Pacific Ocean or something, like be the first person to do that or whatever.
I'm so lazy. I'd be like, but why would you want to do that? That sounds a lot like work.
Yeah, but you can't fail, so
But it doesn't mean you're just going to be pleasant the entire time. It
No,
doesn't
it's gonna
mean you're going to
suck.
have all
You're
your
gonna get
toes at the end of
sponsorship
it.
deals and never have to work again.
What if you just like your goal is just to get sponsorship deals so you never had to work again?
Yeah, okay. Okay. Just be on Wheaties for like being chubby. That's fine. I ate a lot of Wheaties.
Hi, I'm breathing. Sponsored by Hershey's.
Exactly.
It's perfect.
I get paid to watch Disney movies.
You know, I'm sure there's a like a Twitch stream for that you could do.
Of course.
Yeah.
Just
do that. Get paid to watch movies all day. Lots of money. Not just and get sponsorship.
Yeah.
Get sponsored by like Lazy Boy. Have like the recliner, you know?
Yeah,
it's
now
like,
you're talking. Yeah.
Big TV.
Man, would I like a Lazy Boy right now? All right. Have you ever had an imaginary friend?
Probably. I am an only child, so I think that's highly likely. But I don't
remember them.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, like, I'm not gonna say I didn't, because I think, like I said, statistically speaking, I probably did.
Yeah.
But I don't recall one.
Oh. All right. If you were famous, what would you
Wait,
like?
did you?
What? Oh.
Because aren't you an only child too?
I am. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I had multiple imaginary friends and imaginary like worlds. Like I remember taking my imaginary friend Betsy into this world that was like an entire garden fairy wonderland, but it was all like blacklight kind of garden fairy wonderland, and it was inside a giant cave, and I made up like a musical number to go along with it. And like, God, I wish I had those little pieces of paper where I wrote out the words to that, because damn, that would be gold right now. But like,
did you listen to a lot of Pink Floyd when you were a kid?
No, but as a teenager I did. And I was like, this is for me.
White Rabbit.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Yeah, so my parents were divorced when I was little, and so I would spend all summer going from sleepover camp to sleepover camp to sleepover camp to my dad's house where he had to work to sleepover camp. So like I spent a lot of time out in the woods like doing nothing. So yeah.
The woods are good for that though.
They are.
It's important for kids to develop imaginations.
Oh yeah. I think it has aided me in my adult life.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I'm also like, I want to hang out with you and Betsy. That sounds like fun.
Betsy was awesome. She was like probably the nicest of I had a couple imaginary friends that were mean. Like, as an adult, I'm like, what is wrong with me? Like, why would I make ones that were mean? They weren't mean to me. They were just mean in general. And I was like, oh, maybe I was expelling that out of my body. Like,
that makes sense.
I was getting rid of my mean streak.
Just getting your anger out, your frustrations.
Yeah. We have a cat that has all black whiskers and one white whisker, and we call that the bad whisker. And when it falls out, the cat is like letting its badness out.
Aw, I like that. It's cute.
Yeah. Because the cat usually is not a behaving kind of cat. It's Charlotte. She's a mess. But like when a white whisker falls out, she's suddenly like a good kitty again. And we're like, what?
I think that is like the evil in her. Yeah. Like she expresses all of her negative energy into one single whisker.
Yeah.
And then the cycle starts again.
Right. So I just did it through my imaginary friends.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. If you were famous, what would you like to be famous for?
I guess what I do. Like this.
All right.
Sure. Being a nice person.
Yeah. If you had to use a fake name, what fake name would you make up?
I don't have a first name for it, but the last name would be von Tecklenburg.
Von Tecklenburg.
Yes, because that's okay. So Tecklenburg is my grandmother's maiden name, and in like the family tree tome, it goes back to like the 14th century, 16th century.
Wow.
And like back in the oldie timey days, like it was von Tecklenburg. I think we had even like an evil Prince Eric at some point, if I remember correctly. Like this is super fuzzy. But anyways, I just think that last name is so epic. Of like, hello, von Tecklenburg.
Yeah.
So it'd probably be like, you know, Fifi von Tecklenburg or something, you know, where it has like that really like very like Kitty von Tecklenburg, or like.
All right, I would have named you Penelope or Anastasia.
Von Tecklenburg?
Yeah.
I think Penelope von Tecklenburg. I like the way that's fun to say in the mouth.
Yeah.
It's a good mouth feel.
So
like Penelope von Tecklenburg.
Okay. I'm going to address all cards to you from now on as Penelope von Tecklenburg.
PVT.
I don't think I can spell that. Oh, that's a good like brand logo though, PVT. Yeah. And one I think is great for you. How superstitious are you?
Ooh. Superstitious. Well, I definitely don't do like, you know, rub a toe on a statue for good luck type of thing. Like that's not really my like cuppa. But I definitely like obviously am really into astrology, and I'm really into woo-woo stuff. And so if you consider that within the realm of superstition, like then I am. But like if you go, don't say Macbeth backstage, I'll be like, Macbeth.
Wow. I think that was that Bernadette's like one thing that she was like, I don't say that backstage.
Yeah, I mean, like it upsets people. Like I'm a terrible theater kid, but it was kind of one of those things where don't say the Scottish play. Do you need Macbeth? Like Mackie Bees.
Oh, it was Constance. No, wait, what was it? I don't know who it was. Someone said that is the one superstition they have that they won't say that.
Yeah, I think both of those wonderful women, it completely valid from both of those.
Yeah,
it gets drilled into you.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, anytime that we have any sort of issue in life, we're like, Abby, consult the stars. Explain this to us. Give us your woo-woo. We need it right now because we have no reasonable explanation. You know, like I'm at the point where I'm ready for the woo-woo. I'm like, I think I told you that if Mitch McConnell drops dead on, what is it, December 20th, that I would like convert to whatever you are.
I think I would say, I think I said I'd take my top off on Instagram or something.
Yeah, you said
that. Mitch McConnell. So funny story about astrology. So Mercury actually stationed direct on election day. And when it's stationed direct, it also was in a square to Saturn, a direct square with Saturn. And yes, and so Mercury is the planet of communication. So obviously mail is a part of that. Mm-hmm. And how we speak, how we talk, like that's why when everyone talks about Mercury retrograde, you know, like miscommunications happen, you shouldn't sign contracts, stuff like that, you know, or like Twitter stops working and Shopify breaks down because all those things actually happen during Mercury retrogrades as well.
And it retrogrades all the time.
It's like on a quarterly basis. It happens like 4 times a year. So It's a regular occurrence. It's not like anything shocking. It's like, oh shit, okay, Mercury retrograde, here we go. Like, let's just power through, deal with it, do the best that you can. But it's stationed direct on election day.
Which means when it's retrograding, it stops for one day and then it starts going the right way again.
But it takes a minute to go forward. But also, it was in the square to Saturn, and Saturn is restriction. Saturn's in Capricorn right now, and it is like the sign of restriction and regulations and rules and structure, and it can really just restrain stuff. I don't know how you're functioning with all these planets in Capricorn this year, just by the way. Like I would like but it's square to Saturn literally indicates that there is a slowdown in miscommunication, that information's not coming available quickly, that information can't be made available quickly, that there's a literal slowdown of counting, that and guess when that conjunction ends?
When?
Today.
All right, so if we have an answer by the end of the day,
or like tomorrow, but like all the astrologers that I follow, like everyone's like, this is so literal. It is so literal. The day Mars went retrograde is the day that San Francisco turned orange.
Oh, wow. That's interesting. You said something about solstice too, like December 20th, like there's a giant labyrinth style conglomeration of planets. No, not labyrinth, Lady Hawk. Which you still haven't finished.
I haven't finished. I'm so sorry.
It's okay because you own the DVD now.
I do now, yeah. Or it's like in Hercules where all the planets align.
Yeah.
And so on the solstice of this year, we have a beginning of a new 200-year cycle. So Jupiter and Saturn are going to have a conjunction, which means
function.
Yeah, so like conjunction as in like they basically touch butts. Like they're like at the same degree of the same sign at the same time. So like, and it's happening in Aquarius. And for the past 200 years, which lines up almost identically to the Industrial Revolution, by the way, the Jupiter-Saturn conjunctions have always happened in earth signs. So like Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. And obviously earth signs are the signs of work. Industry, agriculture. And so this is the start of the new air cycle.
Dawn of the age of Aquarius?
That's literally, I think, what the song is supposed to be about is what's happening right now. So yeah, and what the astrologers I listen to were saying, they're talking about, how everything's online right now, how everything's digital, how everything's on the internet. It's like, yeah, this is the age of Aquarius, baby. Like it's all in space. It's all literally floating around the ether. Yes.
Okay.
And another, well, I was listening to a lecture about this actually, and it's really cool because you can see it in architecture as well. So like the last time we were in an air cycle was literally like the medieval period, when they went from like blocky Romanesque sculpture and like architecture to like the beautiful, like light, incredible, like Gothic cathedrals.
Oh, wow.
So like you can see it in art. You can also see it like in education and ideas and stuff like that, like how like an air age like affects society. So
do you have a link to this? Whatever.
That lecture was behind not like a full paywall, but it's behind a paywall now, so I don't have that one.
Okay.
But I think probably the astrology podcast that I listen to, which is just the astrology podcast, they're probably going to do a whole episode about like Saturn and Jupiter in like air and Aquarius and stuff.
All right. So if this is blowing anyone's mind, get on that podcast.
Yes. They're on YouTube. So you can just watch them on YouTube. It's fantastic. I love them.
Excellent. Mm-hmm. Alrighty. What book or movie do you wish you could experience for the first time again? You're like,
sorry. I don't know. That's hard.
Right?
That's really hard. I don't know. I have no idea. Because it's like, there's so many things. It could be like, I'm like, oh, well, is it Harry Potter? I'm like, well, no, I don't think it is Harry Potter.
Lots of people have said Harry Potter.
Yeah. Well, I was not into Harry Potter as a kid. Like my grandmother tried to get me to read it and I was like, no, that's for kids. And she's like, you are a kid. What's wrong with you?
I read it when I was like 22 or something. So
yeah, I loved it when I was older, but when it was like actively coming out, like I was the Harry Potter age and I just was like, did not give a shit.
No, I was 22 when it came out.
Yeah, no. You were like, were you actually, no, you would have been like an older, like Weasley sibling age.
Yeah.
Like,
but
I would have been a first year.
Yeah.
During the Battle of Hogwarts.
Oh, wow. My answer isn't that though. It's hands down The Matrix. That movie blew my friggin' mind. Like, I literally walked out of the theater, walked to the ticket booth, paid for another ticket. I didn't even hop. I paid for another friggin' ticket and went back in and watched it again. And everyone I was with did the same thing.
That's crazy.
Yeah, like, because I was just like, what just happened? Oh my God, that was so awesome. So, yeah. So I would love to have that feel. Like, I don't even like The Matrix is awesome, right? But we have even better now. But like that feeling of just being so mind blown.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever had that. Is there something wrong with me?
No. Also, the first time I watched Emma 2020, I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. Through the entire thing, I was like, and I was with people who don't do costumes. So they were like, what is even her deal right now? And I was like, do you see this? Look at that color.
Dare I say it would be a Game of Thrones, like either the TV show or the book again?
That's cool.
Dare I say?
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about what D&D did to the series because I will never forgive them.
Mm-hmm.
But
that first episode's a doozy.
I do love me some Game of Thrones. I'm like reading that, but I don't think that's the right answer. I don't know.
Did it give you the cool feeling of like, hell yes?
Yeah, I was like, oh my God, this is amazing.
Yeah.
And I definitely have like read the whole series twice.
Wow. That's dedicated. I can't even listen to the audiobook because the first audiobook, I don't even know if it's all of them. The first one, I have it, and the reader is like a 174-year-old man. I can't listen to him for the next 27 hours or whatever that book is.
I read all of Game of Thrones literally on a circa 2011 Android phone on my Kindle while between shifts when I worked at Colonial Williamsburg in the Palace. So you'd have to be on like security and like watch the door and stuff. And you know, obviously you don't all have phones out, but like everyone would always have their phone out, and then like girls would always like have them in their apron. So when it was like really slow and then you could hear people going around, I'd just like sit there and like reading like Game of Thrones.
If aliens landed on Earth tomorrow and offered to take you with them, would you go?
Only if they promised to bring me back. But I'd also be like, haven't you guys been around for a while? Like, you're just now like just like showing up. It's like I've been in Nevada now for like 4 years and you're just now coming over to say hi. Like, come on, guys.
Bad neighbors.
Like, hashtag rude.
I blame the government though.
Like, well, I don't blame them for not wanting to come visit them. That's right. Like, we're not touching that.
You can have an unlimited supply of one thing for the rest of your life. What is it? Sushi, Scotch tape, what?
Ooh, money. Or if we wanted to get really paranoid.
I should actually add it can't be money to this thing, but my answer was always diamonds because you can make those into money.
I was going to say gold bullion.
That's solid.
That's our earth signs coming out. We're like, But if you have all the money, then you can buy whatever you want.
Yep, forever. And you can not only have one thing, you can have all the things.
Yeah. Every day your Amazon stock in Amazon it goes up by 100 shares.
Constance said black thread, and I'm just like, I'm like, okay. I mean, I'd go for diamonds, but okay.
Yeah, I think gold bullion or diamonds.
Yeah.
I mean, gold you can at least melt down into other stuff. So
yeah,
like, and diamonds can be a little unwieldy because how small are they? Like, I mean, I think you should really clarify.
1 carat or less.
But what if you ended up with like the little like, you know, like
those are easy to offload. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, they're also easy to lose.
Girl. I have an unlimited supplies. Who cares? Like, it could be friggin' glitter herpes in my house with diamonds. Who cares?
Your feet will be bloody all the time, and your cats will just be like, I can't walk. I would say 1 to 3 carats.
All right. Or no,
'Cause-
like a half carat to 2 carats.
Okay,
Those
but I
are
mean
the
like a
least
2,
suspicious.
yeah, but like a 2 carat is like a decent size. Like
Yeah.
it's not as easy to lose.
Sure. My cats will still eat them.
And they're going to regret pooping them out.
Yes.
You're going to have to take them to the vet as well. And then
Yeah.
I'm like, why is it shiny?
I love how we're thinking about the practical applications of like having too many diamonds.
It's because we have all these earth sign stuff.
Yeah.
So it is like very, it's on brand. It's on brand.
It's on brand. What is your favorite conspiracy theory?
I was totally down like the zeitgeist rabbit hole, like back in the early, like mid-aughts.
What is
So
the
you know
zeitgeist? What?
It's a documentary that came out. And I mean, like, honestly, it's not wrong.
What is it?
And well, it starts with like, it's borderline Illuminati stuff.
Okay.
But the like gist of it is that like the higher powers that be were going to implant human society with microchips to track us and to like, you know,
Oh, like X-Files style.
yeah. And it's kind of like, and back at that point in time, like the iPhone had just come out, like when I was doing this. And so, you know, everyone had brick phones essentially.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like, oh, they're going to microchip us. And it's like, nah.
But they did.
They did. Yeah. It's like,
and we're all like, yes, please, can I have my microchip? Can I get down on that?
please, sir, can I order my iPhone 12 Pro Max now, please?
Yeah.
If it comes out today, I should probably pre-order mine.
I will give you my $1,700 for my microchip, please. Yeah.
I can has microchip. Yeah. But a couple years ago, apparently in Sweden, they were testing like microchipping people for like public transport stuff and like work related stuff. And I was like, that's a bit much for me, mostly because I don't like needles.
Oh.
But
yeah.
So.
I mean, I've worn magic bands at Disney World and they're kind of awesome.
Right. Well, I mean,
like
if you,
boop, give me the thing.
Well, I mean, your Apple Watch would do that. So
Yeah.
it's like, it's a removable microchip.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Except you don't want an Apple Watch. I hate them. I think they're awful.
I would like for them to get redesigned. I would like for them to be prettier.
My thing about it is like, I hate how many times I'm having conversations with someone and I'm talking to them and I have eye contact and everything. And then I see them go, because they got a buzz on their wrist. I'm like, fuck you, that's rude. Like I get really uppity about it. I'm like, no, we're having a conversation. Ignore that. If you can't ignore it, turn it off.
Yeah. I'd probably be bad about that just because like Pavlov dog response of like buzz look. Mm-hmm. Like, is it my mom? Like, you know,
it's just, it's really, it's like, I think the phone is already bad enough and the watch is right out. And like, I hate sitting in a movie theater and having someone's watch light up and light up and light up and every time they move, it lights up. And I'm just like, get out. And these are, so my friends, I have 3 friends who I work on the iPhone now and also helped to invent the iPhone. And then one of them went off to work on the watch and invent that. And I'm like, dude, I hate you right now.
Also way to like work for the Illuminati.
Yeah. But
thank you for inventing the most amazing microchip ever.
My conspiracy theory that I think is really funny is the Masonic one, for sure.
With like the National Treasure, like Masonic temple,
anything
like
having to do with Masons. Like I think I was in a Masonic organization. Like there's all these like specials and I watch every one of them, like you know, Mysteries of the Ancient or whatever, and you're sitting there and they're like, they go into these dark rooms and they commit acts of treason by like dedicating themselves to the, you know, you're just like, come on. Like it's an organization, it's a service organization. It's like the Girl Scouts actually. So it's just
they do have cool aprons though.
They do have cool aprons. Yeah, I would actually be in a Masonic organization right now if it wasn't for the fact that I'm atheist. Like I would be an Eastern Star for sure. Because I was in Job's Daughters when I was little. But you have to believe you don't have to believe in God, like big G God. You just have to believe in a higher power. And since I'm atheist, like I'm like, oh, but I don't. And I could lie, but also
like, but why?
But why? I would rather be part of an organization that didn't require that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really cool though that you're like a part of that, because
Oh.
Masonic stuff is always like over here, right?
Oh.
And you're like this thing, and it's like, wait, you're like the third person I know now who has like actively been involved in like the Masons.
Yeah, my grandfather was in the Masons, and like I have been to Masonic meetings and stuff like that because I'm allowed to go in after a certain. There's like an opening ceremony that other people can't be in, and then everybody else can go in. So I've been in that. Like nothing happens, guys. There's no there
that you know of.
That I know of, but like having been part of it, I think they would have, said something.
Like, what if it's like all of a sudden, like you get a phone call and you're like mystery, like Noel Padawan, you need to show up at 5524 Franklin Avenue, some mysterious location somewhere in the Midwest. And then you show up and they're all like, and it's like all like just like torches and stuff. And they're like, we heard you were on YouTube talking about us and you said that there wasn't anything. Bitch, you're wrong.
Well, I would have been like, you should have let me think that. You guys are stupid. Stupid clan looking at
Here's all this stuff.
Yeah. By the way, you're on YouTube right now, like, because before I showed up here, I put a cam on.
And like George Washington, like actually, he's like, I've been alive this whole time. And Ben Franklin like farts in the back or something.
You know what would be awesome about that? I would absolutely cam up and live stream me going to anything. Like if I got a phone call that said be in 555 whatever, I would immediately start live streaming and Scooby-Doo up. And like I would be like, Abby, make sure you get a solid recording of this so that in case they take it down, you have a copy.
I would probably call my friend Andrew and be like, we need like 3 Zoom recordings going all at once.
We need supercomputers. Yeah, what would happen if they did that? My channel would go off the rails. It would be amazing.
You would be so viral. It would be just like the most incredible thing, and we'd be all like, ooh.
Yeah. Yeah.
It'd be awesome. You have to do a Reddit AMA.
Oh, for sure. If you could be guaranteed one thing in life besides money, and it is written down, what would it be?
Guaranteed one thing in life?
One thing in life.
A happy life.
Yeah.
Just a happy life.
I think mine was love, which makes that happen.
Yeah. They're all intertwined.
Yeah. The zombie apocalypse is coming. What 3 items do you grab?
I grab, okay, well, the dogs will just follow me.
Yes.
So that's cool.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about that. And then I'm going to go next door and I'm going to go and grab Nicole's husband and have him grab his arsenal.
Okay.
And Nicole.
What 3 items do you grab?
No, I'm grabbing him. I am grabbing him.
He's not an item. He's a dude in your party.
Oh, okay. Now I have to think about it because it was just going to be people.
Yeah.
Let's see. So are we operating under like zombie land? Like they're actually easy to kill, or do we have to like burn them to destroy them? Like what?
You don't know. That's the thing.
This is
it's
really
a zombie apocalypse.
Okay, then fine. I'm going to go and just say that I'm going to go and buy a case of Everclear from Costco and a flamethrower. Okay, so a flamethrower.
Do they sell? Wait, do you have a you have to have, it's the stuff you gotta grab. Do you have a flamethrower in your house?
Well, I'm gonna go get one now.
Okay, so we're gonna assume you have a flamethrower.
Okay, no, okay. If we're gonna have to, okay, hold on. Stuff in my house.
Like you gotta go. Grab 3 things, go.
Grab 3 things and go. Well, then I need to make sure that I can survive the desert. So that's gonna be some water.
Yep.
No, I'll back that up. I'm gonna grab my little thing of electrolytes, because if I can get to water here in Nevada, it's pretty much gonna be clean. It'll be clean enough. I'll probably shit my brains out, but it's fine, whatever. I'll get used to it. And then I'm going to grab my fur coat, because I do have a vintage fur coat. And then I'm going to the biggest, toughest boots I have.
All right, so you're gonna look like full on pimp show, like in your fur coat and giant boots heading towards Las Vegas. Like,
I think I'd go to Tahoe. I think I'd be like, just not like full Donner Party, but it's like, well, I mean, cannibalism and zombies, what difference does it make, right?
Yeah.
Like, but if you get up to Tahoe, at least there's water there.
That's true. And it's clean.
Yeah, it's clean, clear water. There's dead bodies in the bottom, but we don't talk about that.
Now we need to talk about that. What?
Do you not know the whole thing about like Tahoe?
No, please tell me.
So Tahoe is so deep and so cold
Yes.
that when you like in the 1950s, like when the mob was up here in Reno, like that's where they would go dump bodies and you will never find them.
Yeah, you guys should look at a topographical map of Tahoe. It is great because it is literally made by two mountains that go like this. And so the bottom is super narrow, but it's really crazy deep, like thousands of feet deep. And
it's freaking cold. Like,
yeah.
So yeah, you know, you just put a couple rocks in those pants and then you dump them in the Lake Tahoe there and no one's going to find them.
What are you, Wisconsin mob?
Oh, don't you know, Bobby? When we take the bodies up to Tahoe, no one finds them there. It's fine. That Becky and her bunko team, man, she really made me upset.
Bunko. Wow, I hadn't ever considered how many dead bodies are in the bottom of the lake.
Yum. Okay. We also don't know what other kind of fish or creatures in there, so they might not be down there.
That's true. Yeah.
Maybe there's our own Loch Ness Monster in Tahoe.
That would be badass.
I would love that.
I would get behind that conspiracy theory.
Ice dragon.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. What is the best item you've purchased during COVID?
The best item? I've bought a lot of stuff during COVID.
That's why this question is relevant.
A lot. Because I have a tendency to shop when I'm happy, sad, stressed. I'm like, let's buy things.
Serotonin.
Yeah. Let's see. I think the most useful thing I've purchased is probably the MacBook that I'm on right now because it's made it possible for me to edit video around my house and I'm not just at my workstation. But I did also just buy a mini drone like this week, which I'm super stoked about. So that could be really fun.
Can't wait to see that footage.
I have it on TikTok and I found kazoos of Song of Flight of the Valkyrie and I was doing like one of the cinematic things and it was like but it's in kazoos and I was like, that's a mood.
Can you send me a link for that and I'll put it down below for everyone?
Yes.
I don't have TikTok because I can't have another social media program. No. I went on and I like claimed my name and then I went back off.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think a lot of people do that, but I'm not very active on TikTok, but I do enjoy the crap out of it. I think it's hilarious.
I really like it when people put their TikTok videos onto Instagram so I can watch them.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. And now Instagram wants to be like TikTok, so now we have Reels.
Yeah. I don't think it's the same.
No, it's not.
Not the same. Name one cool feature you would like to add to your dream house.
This is something that I will have one day. But I want a state-of-the-art Toto Japanese toilet.
Oh.
Like that is literally on my like to do. Mm-hmm. My dad's a plumber. My dad's a plumber and his wife works in like sales for like home hardware stuff. Mm-hmm. And so they have like state-of-the-art like Toto Japanese toilets in their home. I almost fell asleep on one once.
Do they have the noise also?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, good.
Yeah. And it's like the heated seat.
Yeah. And the noise is the thing that gets me because like even in public restrooms in Japan, they all have noise and it's so you can't hear each other's bathroom noises when you're in stalls or you don't have to hear your own, which I'm just like, wow, you guys are really avoiding it. Okay.
It's very polite.
It is
and
very
then,
polite.
the heated seats, like when you sit down, like it's so relaxing and like you can literally feel like tension melt away.
I don't like them because they make me feel like someone just got up.
Yeah, there's also that too where you're like,
and I'm like the warm seat to me is a sign of like, oh, it's too soon. No.
True. But when it's in a private bathroom, and you know
great.
that, like, then it's
yours.
fine.
Yeah.
And like the heated water, and like you just feel very refreshed. Like, so also to give like comedic context to this, because the internet has not met my dad yet, but I promise that they will one day. He's born and raised in Kentucky, and so he has a Kentucky accent, and so I just like. And so everyone on that side of the family has really thick Kentucky accents. Like I'm the one with like the least amount of accent out of everyone.
And you have an accent.
And I have an accent.
Say Toto toilet like he would say it.
Toto toilet.
I sell propane products.
Yeah. Abigail, did you go up there sitting on that Toto toilet all night? Yes, Dad.
If my dad had an accent like that, I would like intentionally try to get him upset to start the ball rolling.
I don't even have to okay, like the internet needs to meet my father. Like I tried to get him to join TikTok because I've never like, if you think, I definitely like DNA inherited some of his sense of humor, but like the stories that man tells, he can do an accurate hawk impression.
Oh.
And the thing is like, he doesn't just like lead you into this gently. He's like, yeah, and then all of a sudden it's like, and I'm just like,
I can whinny exactly like a horse.
Yeah, like I think you and him would actually get along really, really well. Oh, there he comes, Subi. He also smokes a lot of weed and he's hilarious.
I think we would get along very well.
So funny. Well, next time he's out in Reno, I'll tell you.
I'll break quarantine for that.
Yeah, it'll be worth it.
All right, this one is complicated, and I believe in my heart of hearts that there's only one correct answer.
Okay.
You get to spend 1 year on a desert island with any cartoon character. That cartoon character is your only chance of survival. However, after the year is over, that character will try to kill you. What cartoon character do you choose?
Oh my God. Okay. Do comic book characters count for this?
Have they been made into a cartoon?
Yes.
Then yes.
Okay. I'm going to go with Superman.
But if he tries to kill you, he will do it.
No, because if we're trapped on a desert island and I go, "What's up, Superman?" Like, if we get off the desert island, does he try to kill me? Wait, I need some clarification on this.
You are spending 1 year on a desert island with any cartoon character. After the year is over, that character will try to kill you.
Got it. Okay, see, I thought the goal was to get off the desert island, so I was going to go with, like, the flying superpower.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let me read.
It's your only chance at survival. Or he, she, or it is your only chance of survival.
Well, see, now I'm confused. So wait, is my goal to get off the island or is it just to live?
You are only going to be on the island for a year no matter what. And you can't get off of it. That cartoon character will help you survive. But once you get off the island after the year is over, that cartoon character will try to kill you. I just thought of a second one that would be good.
Okay, hold on. I have to like go through my list of like Hanna-Barbera and Looney Tunes.
I think you're on the right track. One of mine is Looney Tunes and one of mine is Hanna-Barbera.
So I think I'm going to go with Wile E. Coyote.
That's my answer also.
Because he can never succeed.
He's got all Pupper.
I know. They're like, "You called, mommy?" Oh, here comes Stevie. Hi, buddy.
Speaking of Wile E. Coyote.
Exactly.
Because he's got all the stuff and like the ideas that might help you survive. But then after he's never successful in killing that Roadrunner. So like he's not going to be able to kill you. So he'll just run off a cliff and it'll be over.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, well, and also if he just goes into his pure like coyote animalistic form, then coyotes can hunt. And so like if he becomes like your coyote familiar, like, okay, but yeah, he's never successful in hi. Oh, thank you very much. But yeah, he's not successful in that way. But you're right, like he has all the TNT. Oh, okay.
This is happening. So my other one is Yogi Bear, because he's always got a picnic basket.
That's true.
But he's not going to be able to kill you.
Why do you think that?
He's Yogi Bear.
I mean, he is a bear, though.
He's a big, soft, cuddly bear that walks upright with a tie, but no hands. I just kick him in the no pants and run away.
Any of them without any pants on.
Basically.
But also, can we just discuss how awkward that would be the entire time? You're just like, dude.
He would start calling me Boo Boo, and I would love it.
Hey, Boo Boo.
Yeah.
Hi, buddy. Oh, do you want to come say hi?
He's very pleasant.
Oh, don't sniff the microphone. Yes, he is. He'd be enjoyable.
Yeah. All right. If you could meet any historical figure and ask them only one question, who would it be and what would you ask? It's actually your 21st question. I couldn't, but.
This is really hard.
Or really easy, because there might be lots of them and you just have to pick one.
That's what makes it hard.
Just pick one. Like, you're always going to have a regret. Let it go.
Let it go. Let it go. Okay, so like the one that kind of came to my mind was Rose Bertin. So the fashion like milliner maven of Marie Antoinette's court. And I would ask her if I could have all of her records and sales receipts and all of her books.
Whoa, why?
So that way I had all of her information.
Okay.
And then I could share it with everyone. Hi.
Her financials?
Like her financials, her sample books, like her purchasing records, like all of it, yeah.
Like after she dies? Or right
then? Like just give me.
Don't you think she's going to say no because she's going to need that stuff?
No.
Okay.
I mean, like I could say like, hey, I'll pop back in like a little bit of time. Like
I just need to photocopy this right back.
Like I will BRB. Like I promise. Like it's not going to take too long.
Can I borrow that stuff? I'll bring it right.
Yeah. Like I'll just.
All right. Cool.
Just so that way we can have all sorts of answers to all sorts of questions.
Yeah.
That's kind of the one that came to my mind. That's not like, you know, super like philosophical or heavy political.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Yeah.
What about you? What's your answer to that one?
I don't know, but it would probably be like whoever or whatever it was, it would be me asking, what was that like?
Mm-hmm.
Because the thing that we lack the most of in history is people's actual perspective on stuff and like what it was like. You know, you want to ask like George Washington, what was it like when you realized you won? What was it like?
Yeah.
What was it like to try to govern this country at the beginning? What was it like how did Napoleon feel? You know, mm-hmm. Just like, and of course these are like military leaders because I'm a ENTJ. But like, or anybody like, you know, asking Coco Chanel, what was that like? What was it like to be you? Is really what I would ask people.
I think you're going to be very busy. Like if you like, I know you're an atheist, so I don't know how you feel about like the afterlife, but like you show up and you're like, all right, there's going to be, I need to make a survey. Yeah, I have a survey. I'm going to put the schedule out as like a Google form. You can, you know, pick your day, like just give me 30 minutes. That's all I need.
Yeah. I just want to know what that's like. I'm mostly interested
20 questions with dead people in heaven.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
That would be amazing. I should get historians to do that. Like people who are experts on each individual person be like, all right, I'm going to interview you like you're that person. Go.
Dude, just ask Mark Schneider. Like I can like try to help connect that.
All right, I might do it.
And I'll be like, get your Napoleon fix.
Napoleon is a Pop-Tart a calzone?
He'd be like, what's a Pop-Tart?
Right. One Pop-Tart.
Pepper tots. No.
All right, your time has come. The super controversial bonus question. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
I need to say something first before I get into this.
Okay.
And I've watched like one and a half of your 20 questions because I realized if I'm doing it, I shouldn't watch it because then like it takes the mystery away.
Yeah. See, you're smart. Nobody else does that.
Mhm.
Everybody's like, I'm doing homework. I'm like, stop doing homework.
Mm-hmm. But I watched Kate's from Willoughby and Rose. And I was very upset that she said it was a taco because a hot dog is not a taco. And I don't think we should insult tacos that way. And I mean, love her. I was really upset. So I just want to say, like, we don't speak poorly of tacos that way. Like a boiled meat product versus tacos. Anyways, you know, my vote is no. It's not a sandwich.
Okay.
So what?
Why?
A multitude of reasons.
Enumerate.
Well, let's see. I think we can debate like what a sandwich is.
Yep.
Like, and that can open it up. Because I think a lot of people say like a sandwich is like 2 pieces of bread and like meat shoved in the middle.
The Oxford English Dictionary says that.
Yes. And then the Merriam-Webster dictionary says what?
It's that or a roll.
A roll.
A split roll. Yeah.
So to kind of throw another wrench in this conversation, in Sweden, sandwiches only have one slice of bread.
Well, then it's still a sandwich because it's kind of one.
Like you eat it like this. Yeah. They also have smorgastorta, which is sandwich cake.
Wow.
Yeah, so there's that. No, I don't think so. I mean, like I could see the argument, but sandwiches are delicious and can be fantastic, and sometimes they can be like really cheap and awful. But a hot dog.
Do you feel like a Philly cheesesteak is a sandwich? Or a sub sandwich?
I would say that yes.
Because they both also have non-completely split rolls.
Yeah.
So if you're using bread as your defining thing, then
I think it's more of a meat product thing for me, honestly. Like I detest hot dogs so much that I think they should just go live by themselves.
Okay, so you're just hot dog racist is why.
Yeah, I am anti-hot dog. Though I do love the do I look like I know what a JPEG is? I just want a photo of a hot dog. But yeah, no, I will always try to argue the other side. I think this is my Libra coming out. That's just like, oh, okay, like I have no stake in this game. I don't give a shit. Let's fucking debate. Like,
that's why I do this. Yeah, I don't actually care.
I think you and I are both like, I'm like, it's not a taco. Like, that's my big thing. Like,
I have a hard line in the sand about a taco too, because I am a taco worshiper. I actually wrote a college paper on tacos and how they're the world's perfect food. So like, you can't blaspheme a taco like that.
Yeah. Like blaspheming a taco is just like, that was that is what made me feel very strongly. But whether or not it's a sandwich, I ultimately don't care. But I mean, we could discuss bread. We can discuss types of bread and like unleavened bread versus leavened bread, you know, like things like that. But
I think we should do a collab video because we're both like sort of research based and do like research level arguments for and against hot dogs.
This would be like high school debate. Like,
yeah.
Is a hot dog a sandwich?
Yeah. We could get buzzers even.
Someone to moderate. It'll be great.
Yeah.
Except we'll be like, oh,
yeah. Who cares?
So in Sweden, you can get a hot dog like wrapped in like some sort of like pita bread with like mashed potatoes in it.
Oh my God, that sounds amazing.
That's like their drunk food.
Is it a boiled dog or a grilled dog? Because I only go for grilled dogs.
I think it's a boiled dog.
No, F that. It's got to go.
maybe that's the deciding factor. Is it a grilled meat or a boiled meat?
It doesn't really matter though, because like there are other like meats that you would put in a sandwich that are also boiled. Like you would
Like what?
definitely put like you would put like if you had a chicken salad sandwich, that chicken is usually boiled chicken.
Oh, you're right. But it's not processed.
No, but you would have processed and unprocessed meats in sandwiches.
Is it a boiled processed meat? I see. I'm like, we're getting into it, man.
Yeah.
Let's pick this apart.
Yeah, we could
So.
do a whole video on this. It would blow up the internet.
I think those badges for CoCoVid were like my best graphic design work of all time.
I agree. Like when you sent me that like guy, I was like, oh my God, yes, let's make this happen.
I am a sandwich. I am not a sandwich. Oh, I was very proud of those.
They were solid. I love them. Thank you for joining me today, Abby, and thank you to everyone out there for joining both of us. We will leave a list of Abby's accounts down below so that you can go check her out and give her some love. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and leave me a comment down below about what you guys are up to, and I will see you soon with another video. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.